others, you know,
Right.
Jay Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in.
You can see the first tape, man. There's a lot of tapes out there, bro.
Oh my God.
None of that ain't got nothing to do with none of the parties. What you're looking at right now is separate. They feel like it's special because it's my son's mom in the actual tape. But we haven't had any intimacy for 12 years. She could be out back with a dog for all I care.
I want to know, why does nobody ever talk about the Diddy Beyonce story? Oh, you don't know it? Because nobody talks about it.
You gonna hate me for this one. Oh. Jay Z, Pharrell, Diddy.
Hold up, not DaBaby exposing Beyonce for allegedly sleeping with him at a Diddy freak-off party. Girl, unless you've been living under a rock since this mess with Diddy, you've probably heard people dragging Beyonce and Gay Z, sorry, I meant Jay-Z, have been working overtime to distance themselves from Diddy. But the more the pushback, the more stuff gets exposed. And now 50 Cent just made it worse by stepping into the chat with his own allegations. This time, he isn't just making comments about her having a supposed tape with Diddy, he's also suggesting that she filmed one with DaBaby, and that this supposed tape is currently being auctioned off behind the scenes to the highest bidder. If you thought that the recent tape with Diddy and 50's baby mama Daphne was bad, wait till you see the one allegedly featuring Beyonce and DaBaby. Now, for anybody who somehow missed this part, Beyonce got dragged into the whole Diddy mess a while back after DaBaby sat down for an interview with Shannon Sharpe and started telling this wild story about allegedly being invited to one of Diddy's private little gatherings. So, according to DaBaby, he thought he was pulling up to Diddy's house for a regular business meeting. You know, industry talk, music talk, money talk, that type of thing. But when he got there, baby, it was not giving boardroom. He said there were a bunch of industry people already there, and allegedly Jay-Z and Beyonce were in the mix too. And this is where the story gets real messy. DaBaby claimed Diddy eventually cleared the room and sent everybody else out, leaving just him, Diddy, Jay, and Beyonce. At first, he said he still thought they were about to talk business, but then he allegedly started picking up on the fact that the vibe was not business at all. According to him, Beyonce allegedly started moving real flirty and introduced herself like he didn't already know exactly who she was. And from there, he basically hinted that things got weird fast. Like, Sir thought he was walking into a meeting and allegedly ended up in the middle of some freaky industry setup.
Honestly, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know,
Right.
Jay Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in
Right.
at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to.
Right.
Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
Now, around the same time all this mess was bubbling, popular attorney Ariel Mitchell low-key fueled the rumors when she did an interview and said somebody allegedly reached out to her about helping sell a freak-off tape involving Diddy and a major celebrity. And baby, she said she actually saw the tape herself, not heard about it, not got a blurry screenshot. She said she saw it. And according to her, the celeb in the video was supposedly even bigger than Diddy. Now, obviously, once she said that, the internet went into full detective mode because, let's be real, there are only so many people in the industry who are more famous than Diddy. And with that DaBaby story already floating around, folks immediately started side-eyeing Beyonce. Then here comes Jaguar Wright adding even more mess to the pot. She claimed the reason DaBaby didn't really go into full detail was that Shannon Sharpe allegedly had his own business ties going on with J&B while trying to lock in his NFL-related deals. So according to Jaguar, Shannon was not about to sit there and let DaBaby blow up his own opportunities by dragging their names too hard on camera.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No, I
tape.
can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it? Or
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video was graphic in nature.
Oh my, all right.
And just when we thought things couldn't get any messier, 50 Cent stepped in to do so. This comes after a humiliating video between his baby mama, Daphne Joy, having a freak-off, and a male escort got leaked. And before I continue, I just want to say those rumors about Diddy having a 3-inch were actually true after all. It's even worse that the he had blowing Daphne's back out had a whole leg, while we could barely even see Diddy's because it was way too small to even make itself visible. Anyway, that's besides the point. Now, if you remember, it was already revealed a while back during Diddy's trial that Daphne had some kind of arrangement going on with Diddy, similar to what he had with Cassie. But the difference between Cassie and Daphne was that Daphne loved doing those freak-offs. And of course, as soon as 50 got word that the tape had leaked, he got online to crash out. Here we were thinking he didn't like Diddy. Diddy asked him out on a shopping spree. The whole time is because Diddy was turning his baby mama out, the mother of his son. I can't ever hold 50 because I'd be pressed too if I was him. No shade. I didn't know you was a ex-worker. You little ex-worker. LOL. Yo, this ish a movie. Anyway, 50 didn't just crash out about his baby mama getting slimed, he is now also going after Beyonce. So remember that tape that Ariel Michelle said was being auctioned around Hollywood? Well, according to 50, the tape is allegedly of Beyonce and Diddy. Now, it's unclear just how true this is, but considering everything we know now about Beyonce and Diddy's relationship, this isn't that far off. However, this might also just be 50 trolling. It wouldn't be the first time Beyonce and Jay Z were victims of his antics. For example, after Diddy got arrested, 50 made several posts including this picture of Jay's face on a milk jar with the caption, "Anybody seen Jay, LOL?" Puff said the man ain't answering his phone. He followed it up with another photo of Jay with the caption, "Here is Jay-Z, last reported seen waving at Puffy Jet, LOL." Just when we thought 50 was done being petty, he posted this extremely unflattering photo of Jay-Z and said in the caption, "Jay in hibernation. He ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL. I'm all you got. I'm outside." And even when Jay's alleged son, Rymir, was dragging Jay to court over abandoning him, 50 didn't hold back from giving his opinion. He posted a photo of Rymir and Jay-Z with the caption, "Jay-Z is trending because the judge has granted Rymir's request to move forward with his case, and the judge has demanded Jay-Z to respond to Rymir's paternity lawsuit by July 18th, #Jay-Z. And some of y'all might not know this, but Diddy and Beyonce have been connected for a very long time. And at some point, he even wanted to have her, even though she already had her own situation with Jay-Z. You see, back when Destiny's Child was still trying to find someone to sign them, Diddy and Clive Davis had the chance to sign them, but they passed on the opportunity. And in case you're wondering why, it's because they didn't think Destiny's Child was sexy enough to pull attention and sell music. Now, when Destiny's Child first got put in front of Diddy, Baby, he was not checking for the whole group like that. According to the story, he was locked in on Beyonce, and Beyonce only. He was praising her voice, saying her name stood out, all that. But even with all that, he still didn't sign them because he allegedly felt the group wasn't giving enough sex appeal. Yup, that's what they said. Word on the curb is he never really got over Beyonce. Even though he didn't sign Destiny's Child, people say he always had his eye on her. And according to folks close to the situation, he allegedly still wanted her around him in some way. And this is where that infamous cheesecake story comes back up. Y'all remember when Diddy had the members of DaBaby walking all the way downtown to get him cheesecake from Junior's? For years, everybody thought he was just humiliating them for his own ego and entertainment. But now, one of the group members, Freddie P., is claiming that cheesecake wasn't even really for Diddy like that. It was allegedly for Beyonce. So basically, this whole time, people thought Diddy was just making them suffer for no reason. But according to Freddie, that whole embarrassing cheesecake run was supposedly connected to Beyonce. And baby, that makes the whole story look completely different.
In fact, a lot of people don't know that cheesecake we went and got was for Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time. What we was talking about again? Hold on. Yeah, that's a fun fact. People don't know. People like, y'all walked together cheesecake. It was for Beyonce. I listen to everything you say as if it's a contract. So if you say, walk to the store, or walk to get me some cheesecake, I'll walk to get you some cheesecake, but I'm not walking back. And that's just what me and Darlon did. And they like, why y'all, you know, they hot. Like, y'all cheating. And we like, he told us to walk. He didn't tell us to walk back. So we already in the hotel like 3 hours before they got there. When they said they was coming, we went and met him in front of the building. And you know the first thing that nigga said out of his mouth? He said, we got the cheesecake. He was like, I don't want that shit. Take that shit upstairs for Beyonce. Then he said, they was like, yeah, man, we want to tell you, Fred and Darlon, they ain't walk back. You know, trying to be on some snitching shit. He was like, I ain't tell you niggas to walk back.
We all know Diddy doesn't do these kinds of things for people he doesn't like, so the fact that he did it for Beyonce is very telling. That, coupled with everything that's being alleged now in connection with DaBaby, definitely has people wondering if there's more to all this than we've been thinking. In the meantime, folks had their thoughts like this person who said, "That's why DaBaby is canceled. I understand now." Another person said, "Fifth, I beg you be careful, man. The amount of people Diddy and Jay have messed up, it's unbelievable. Everyone can get touch." But now I want to know what you think. What do you think about 50 coming out to expose Beyonce's alleged affair with DaBaby? And do you really believe it's Beyonce and DaBaby in the alleged leaked tape that is being auctioned, being the scenes? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.